Welcome back. It's a challenge that many cattle producing families face. How do you make room in your business when the kids want to return home to be part of the operation? Brian Baxter shows us how one Kansas family has grown their seed stock business to accommodate the next generation.
The Sandhills of Kansas are home to McCurry Angus Ranch, a family operation with roots going back to 1928. Andy and Mary McCurry both knew from an early age that they wanted to be in the cattle business.
McCurry Angus Ranch has a long and rich history in the Angus business. We're currently 5th generation with our son and his wife's 2 young children that are here on the ranch as well. But we're a little bit unusual, even though we're coming up 5th generation. We were actually, when my husband and I got married, both being 3rd generation, we had no equipment. So a lot of generational families are able to come back to operations, but we did our own startup.
McCurry Angus Ranch has grown rapidly over the past several years, but the quality genetics of their purebred cattle trace back to the early days on the ranch.
The evolution of McCurry Angus really started, I think, when Andy and I got married. He had 6 heifers, and I had 1 cow. The beauty of that with those 7 particular females that we had is that we had 7 distinct cow family lines. We actually had them traced back to the Angus Association, so we knew the lineage of those cow family names. They're all still represented in this herd. In fact, 90%, I think 95% of our herd does trace back to those 7 particular cows. So we did the natural growth progress until John came back from college.
We make our living off of our cows, and so we want our cows to be as good as they can from an efficient, reproductively sound basis. We ask a lot of those cows because we run them just like anybody would from a commercial perspective. They don't get any extra TLC because that they happen to have a paper. These females are ran in real world environment. I consider that we do very diligent research in terms of our AI sires. We use very proven bulls that have daughters in production, established AI sires. We try to AI as much as we can. At least 80% of our bull sale offering will be AI sired.
The McCurry family's success is a story of the American dream, where family members innovate and grow their business to support multiple families living off the land. When John McCurry and his wife Melody decided to return to the family ranch, he got creative in growing the herd size and finding ways to draw in customers for their Angus bulls.
We've gone into doing quite a bit more embryo work. What we do is we don't necessarily search out to create an animal that's unique, in terms of just his EPD profile, but what we do is selecting a donor cow is take the high performing, efficient cows that have year after year calved under a 365-day interval, but she's also has a proven track record of creating higher dollar valued cattle from a marketability standpoint.
It's the ultimate compliment to have your son interested in doing and coming back to the operation from where you kind of took it from the ground up. So it's also a little bit scary because you also need to think cash flow. He needs to be earning a living with that, and so that's where our numbers really had to grow in order to compass that. But it's the ultimate compliment, and you think you know your kids, but when you work with them, it's a true partnership.
The seed stock operation hosts their bull sale every year in March, where they offer more than 100 genetically proven Angus bulls. John selects mating combinations to create bulls with muscle, power, and low birth weights.
I think our bulls here at McCurry Angus will work for most anybody that's after just good sound beef bulls. More recently, we have grasped the DNA technology, and so every bull that sells has 50K performance data matched into his EPD profile. This year, we have also low density 50K'd every single cow or female that is in our possession. So now that we have 2 generations of stacked genomic enhanced EPDs.
Customer service after the sale is a big priority for everyone at McCurry Angus. John has teamed up with Superior Livestock to provide marketing opportunities for calves sired by McCurry Angus bulls.
We try to offer as many alternatives as we can. Through Superior Livestock, we've got the availability of marketing those calves ahead of time versus the traditional way. One thing that's worked well for us with John's bull customers, we have different regional areas of the country where there might be several producers in one area that are using John's bulls. we can group those lots together. Just for instance, you know, here in Reno County, we have a handful of producers that are using McCurry Angus bulls, and we had all of those cattle on one sale here this past summer, where producers got 4 or 5 different lots of those calves with similar genetics.
Being teamed up with Josh Miller of Superior Livestock is a great advantage for our customers, because he not only knows the genetics and the cattle that they're trying to sell, and we team up and try to get a marketing strategy to forward contract these cattle and get customers with similar vaccination protocols or similar genetics from certain regions to market their calves at the same time.
The McCurry's dedication to doing things right has made a statement in the cattle industry. Recently, the family was selected as the 2015 Beef Improvement Federation Seedstock Producer of the Year.
That was just probably as humbling a moment for our family as we've ever had. We were nominated through the Kansas Livestock Association and NCBA affiliate, and that was probably as humbling as even winning it, because the depth of people and operations in the state of Kansas through all breeds, to be that nominee from this state was one in itself, and then to take it to win that award was amazing.
With another generation already showing interest, the McCurry family is committed to innovating while also remembering their roots and looking to the future of the Angus business.
I think the differentiating factor for McCurry Angus Ranch is that we are a family-owned, family-operated entity, but we do, I think, have a very unique operation in that we are still maintaining those 7 cow family lines for almost 40 years, and then they actually came from our parents' operations too. So when you're looking for something that's tried and true and looking for a product that can function in a lot of different environments, this is an operation that can do that.
Reporting from Kansas, I'm Brian Baxter for NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen.